Well, there's a couple of problems with the degrees, is that everyone has one. That's the first one. Because scarcity matters, obviously. The second thing is that the match between the degree and the workplace has become less and less self-evident. What should happen when you go to university is you should learn how to think and formulate arguments. You should learn to think, speak, and write. That's what the humanities are for. They're to make you dangerous, right? Because if you can think and speak and write, you're deadly. In a complex job, you're exactly what's necessary. But if you don't have that, it's like, what the hell good is the degree? So, I mean, degree in English literature doesn't prepare you for a job. It could make you think, write, and speak, which prepares you for any complex job, and that's what's supposed to happen. But increasingly, I think that doesn't happen. And the employers are waking up to this very rapidly. So, and they've already known that for most complex positions, they have to train their people. Now they're thinking, well, why do I have to bother with the degree if I'm going to train them, if it isn't bringing anything of value? You see this even in fields like law. When I went to do a debate at Queen's University 3 weeks ago, I think, they couldn't get anybody to debate me. The guy had to play devil's advocate. We were talking about Bill C-16. I thought, Jesus, that's so pathetic. I'm talking about legal matters. And I'm in one of the greatest universities in the West. It's in the top 200, let's say. I couldn't get someone to argue with the stupid psychology professor about law. I had to get a devil's advocate. And so one of the things that was really disheartening talking to the students was they told me, 4 or 5 of them, they're not learning a damn thing in law. It's all social justice nonsense. It's like, well, good, that'll do in the profession. It's being done in any ways because lawyers are being replaced by automation. And so a lot of what they do is dig up information. It's like, well, you can do that on your own, and forms are proliferating like mad. So the law school should be teaching you to be a monster. You better be. But you come out, you're concerned with social welfare. Oh God. It's like, well, there's just nothing to that. It's like, you come out and say you want to be nice to people. Well, that's nice, good, you go right ahead. It's like, I'll go find someone who can do something, and you can go be nice to people and see how effective that is. So it's a lot of things that are conspiring in the same direction. People don't have to get married to have sex. So we have no idea what that's going to do, although we know one thing it's done is the only people that get married now are rich. Right? Which is another thing that's really comical, because the feminist idea in the 60s was that marriage was an oppressive patriarchal institution. It's like, okay, fine. Then why do only rich women get married now? Because that is the case. And so for poorer women, the dissolution of marriage has been an absolute catastrophe. They are so screwed because they have kids. So they're working. They've got their 90-hour work week, man, that's for sure. They're much less attractive to potential mates. So they get low-quality men, often parasitical and predatory. So they often have like jobs in retail, for example, which are just dreadful. You don't even know what your schedule is going to be. You get paid hardly anything. It's really, but if, most of the women who are outspoken feminists are on the successful end of the socioeconomic distribution. They're university students or people like that. They don't even know any poor women. So they have no idea what their lives are like, and you would never know because they're at home working, they're either at their horrible job or they're at home slaving away with their kids. So it's not like they're out there telling you what's wrong with them. So.
Is there a way to fix this? Like I TA, so sometimes I see my students a lack of, I guess we call it critical thinking. Like when you teach a language, it's almost like it's like a mathematical problem, like a logic association with conjugation of verbs, and I feel sometimes they're lacking in this basic knowledge of just how to put 2 and 2 together. 2 and 2 is 4.
The best way to teach people critical thinking is to teach them to write. And I made this little thing that I put online. I don't know if maybe is it in the Psych 434 website? Did I post that rubric for essay writing?
But I don't think it actually went through. I think it is still on 430. That's how I got it.
Is it not on 434? Is that not working?
The email must not have gone through when you were doing it.
Oh.
Yeah, but I still found it. It's still in 430.
Oh, okay. Well, there's an essay. Oh, that's too bad. It's not on the Psych 434 website even?
I didn't check.
Because I updated it. Anyways, I have this guide to writing that if it isn't on the 434 website, it is definitely on the 430 website. And it steps people through the process of writing. Because what's happened now, it's very hard to teach people to write because it's unbelievably time intensive. And like writing, marking a good essay, that's really easy. Check A. You did everything right. Marking a bad essay, oh my God. The words are wrong, the phrases are wrong, the sentences are wrong, they're not ordered right in the paragraphs aren't coherent, and the whole thing makes no sense. So trying to tell the person what they did wrong, it's like, well, you did everything wrong. Everything about this essay is wrong. Well, that's not helpful either. You have to find the few little things they did half right, and you have to teach them what they did wrong. It's really expensive. And so what I did with this rubric was try to address that from the production side instead of the grading side. But the best thing you can do is teach people to write, because there's no difference between that and thinking. And one of the things that just blows me away about universities is that no one ever tells students why they should write something. It's like, well, you have to do this assignment. Well, why are you writing? Well, you need the grade. It's like, no, you need to learn to think. Because thinking makes you act effectively in the world. Thinking makes you win the battles you undertake. And those could be battles for good things. If you can think and speak and write, you are absolutely deadly. Nothing can get in your way. So that's why you learn to write. It's like, and I can't believe that people aren't just told that. It's like, it's the most powerful weapon you can possibly provide someone with. And I mean, I know lots of people who've been staggeringly successful and watched them throughout my life. I mean, those people, you don't want to have an argument with them. They'll just slash you into pieces. And not in a malevolent way. It's like, if you're going to make your point and they're going to make their point, you better have your points organized, because otherwise you are going to look like and be an absolute idiot. You are not going to get anywhere. And if you can formulate your arguments coherently and make a presentation, if you can speak to people, if you can lay out a proposal, God, people give you money, they give you opportunities, you have influence. That's what you're at university for. And so that's what you do. Is you're in English, right? And yeah, in languages anyways. It's like, yeah, teach people to be articulate, because that's the most dangerous thing you can possibly be. So, and that's motivating if people know that. It's like, well, why are you learning to write? Because here's your sword, here's your M16, right? Here's your bulletproof vest. Like, you learn how to use them. But it's an endless mystery to me why that isn't made self-evident. So that's the sort of thing that can drive you mad trying to sort out. It's like there's a conspiracy to bring people into the education system to make them weaker. So I guess that keeps the competition down. Maybe that's one way of thinking about it. If your students are stupid, they're not going to challenge you. So